Hello, wrestling fans. Welcome to SICW All-Star Wrestling. I'm Drew Abbenhaus here with the man himself, Mr. Herb Simmons. How are you, sir?
Fine. Another great week, and I'm telling you, just week after week, we just keep it impresses myself.
I don't know how we're going to top the last few episodes, but we're going to give it our best, folks. This is going to be a great one. Today's main event will see Brandon Barretta, our reigning Classic champion, teaming up with one half of the tag champs, the Super Assassin. They will be taking on the former champions of Billy McNeil and Curtis Wylde. We will see Chris Exodus of Dysfunction here today. And how about this? Attila and Madman Pondo will be in action today on All-Star Wrestling against a heck of a team in the Big Texan and Big Joe Helms. As a matter of fact, that match is first. So let's head to the ring. That match is right now. Ladies and gentlemen, your opening contest is a tag team match except for one fall with a 10-minute time limit. First, accompanied to the ring by the Merchant of Violence, Stephen E., representing Devastation Incorporated. First, from Mongolia, he is the international bounty hunter, Attila Khan. His tag team partner from the realm of pain is Madman Pondo. Their opponents, first from a gun barrel, Texas, the Big Texan. His tag team partners from Springfield, Missouri, the Silverback, Big Joe Helms. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Look at the two opposing forces on opposite sides of the ring. This is the opening match. If that says anything about this episode of All-Star Wrestling, it's going to be insane.
Well, this is a main event in any arena, anywhere.
Anywhere.
And you're only going to see this type of action at SICW. And this cruiser right here, your opening bout, this big tag match, I mean, you got Pondo and Attila Khan against the two big men of the sheriff of SICW, the Big Texan, and the Silverback Big Joe Helms. And now it's Helms and Attila starting this one off.
I'd hate to be the sheriff of a town that contains Attila Khan and Madman Pondo.
Man. Test the strength there.
That's an interesting beginning to this match. I don't know that Attila quite has the strength that the Silverback does, but maybe I'm wrong about that. Attila Khan is tough as an ox, but we shall see. This is great stuff here, ladies and gentlemen. Two absolute brute forces. A little bit of, as Gorilla Monsoon would say, the irresistible force meets the immovable object right here. Neither man so far is gaining any sort of advantage. And excuse me, I thought, oh man, Attila. Yeah, Madman Pondo, absolutely chaotic, but Attila Khan got the momentary advantage, but Joe Helms turned that right around. This is, I can't believe this. I can't even believe that Madman Pondo is here. He adds such a really unpredictable element everywhere he goes. He is an old school hardcore legend, and he's unpredictable, and as the nickname says, he's a madman.
Madman Pondo at SICW, but I'm going to tell you, we saw the destruction that Attila and Pondo did to the Gateway Saints, and like I said, Jayson Breed and Sean Vincent fought him tooth and nail, and the only way that happened is they got Stephen E. got involved and triple teamed him.
Well, Bobby D tried to make the save. Bobby D got injured and taken out of the picture. Bobby D, it's hard to believe these words are coming out of my mouth. Bobby D had a cinder block smashed over his chest with a sledgehammer.
Well, and there's going to be repercussions from that, I can tell you. There's going to be fallout. But right now, Big Joe Helms and the Big Texan.
Yeah, Texan.
They saw what happened several weeks ago, and you can bet that they are remembering what happened to their friends, Jayson Breed and Sean Vincent.
Yes, sir. They are currently taking it to Madman Pondo. Oh, man, make a wish. Just splitting the legs on the Madman. And it's hard to believe. I would almost have to think that in a normal rules wrestling match, Madman Pondo is at a disadvantage because he had his own custom stop sign. He's got that saw blade on a stick that he's used to using, which he did use against several members of our locker room. So this is an interesting one. Big Joe Helms just splashing Pondo in the corner. Pondo has to rely on that insane unpredictability. Heck of a combination with Joe Helms and the Big Texan. That's close to, 700 pounds, if not slightly over 700 pounds.
That's why we've got the best ring in the business, I'll tell you, to take care of the big boys.
Attila and Madman Pondo, folks, you can go to your Google machine. They've wreaked havoc, not just in the States, but in Japan, the land of the rising sun, has seen the brutality that Attila and Madman Pondo dish out. They're dangerous men individually, but when you put these two together under the tutelage and the finances of Stephen E. behind them, I don't even know what the limit is. And I don't want to say this, but I almost hope Madman Pondo, this is only a brief tour. If he sticks around, he's going to quite literally carve up the locker room.
Oh, without a doubt. And right now they're double teaming the Big Texan in there. And Drew, while we got a moment here, tell the fans about the next big card.
Well, it is just days away, ladies and gentlemen. This Saturday, March the 7th, the Saturday night show, the monthly show, will be right here in this building. The East Carondelet Community Center will host a huge show, and one of the featured matchups will be a 6-man elimination tag team match as Dysfunction takes on the Gateway Saints and the Night Train Gary Jackson.
And what a night that's going to be. March the 7th back here at the East Carondelet Community Center. But right now, the tag is made, and in comes the Silverback.
Gary Jackson was part of a 6-man. I believe he was part of that 6-man tag team match many, many years ago featuring the one and only former NWA heavyweight champion Dory Funk Jr. Shout out
Ron
to
Powers was
Mr.
there.
Funk.
Sean Vincent was involved in that. So a lot of legends has been in this building right here also. Jack Brisco, that's a name you may remember, was here along with Jerry Brisco.
Inverted atomic drop to Attila Khan. Oh, look at, no. Look at that. He's got that fork. He just stabbed the Texan right in the throat. Tex is down. He's grasping his throat. He can't breathe. Not the pin. Not like this. He got him. Referee Bill Henson counts the 3. Madman Pondo had Silverback Joe Helms tied up on the outside. The referee was distracted. Attila Khan stabbing the Texan in the throat, and they picked up the win. There it is. There's that stop sign we were talking about. There's that saw blade in the corner of the ring. Absolute devastation. Stop sign to the head of the Silverback. Oh, I was hoping with Texan and the Silverback out here, these would be the 2 men to stand up to this group. And they're standing tall. At least they were. Jayson Breed with a kendo stick of his own.
Jayson Breed, thank goodness he's still in the building. He's getting payback from what happened a few weeks back to him and Sean Vincent.
It's going to take the entire locker room to stand up to the forces that Stephen E. have put. No. Khan's got a chair. Jayson Breed and the Big Texan holding down the fort. Oh, my goodness. Bill Henson, he might as well get out of here. No. Is there a more dangerous weapon than that saw blade on a stick? Madman Pondo, he's out for blood. No, don't come over here.
No, stay away.
Not over here.
This Stephen E., he
Look
needs
at
to
this.
get them under
It's
control.
war. Every man's got a weapon. Oh.
I'm telling you.
Oh, my God.
And guess what, Drew? That was the opening match.
Yeah, this is just getting started. I guess technically the Madman Pondo and Attila Khan were victorious here in the opening match, although you see it, Big Texan Jayson Breed standing tall. Whew.
Man.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, it is it's hard to recover from that one, but out of the frying pan and into the fire as I have to grab a few words now with Dysfunction.
Good luck on that, too.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am here with Brandon Espinosa and Chris Exodus of Dysfunction. Gentlemen, this upcoming Saturday night, you will be in a big elimination tag team match against the Gateway Saints and Gary Jackson. But Brandon, the way you've been talking about elimination recently, it almost sounds like you're talking about something bigger than just a wrestling match.
Why are you trying to twist my words? Why must we go back to this narrative of you guys hating us and hating the things that Brandon Espinosa is about? You see, you're twisting it. You're kind of giving a pessimistic turn on this. And we're trying to make you see how we see it. We're trying to see the optimism in what we're trying to accomplish here. And you see, sometimes again, eliminations are necessary to remove the unnecessary so that you can see the truth, the beauty, the success, the wisdom of what dysfunction is. So again, stop twisting our words and see the truth. See how we're looking at it, okay? And once you start doing that, you'll understand what dysfunction's about and why we are here. And to the guys that are in that match, you'll be forced to see how we see it, because when it comes down to it, it's going to be 3-on-1. We're going to eliminate people, and then when 3-on-1 happens, that person's going to only have two choices at that point. They can go ahead and just be destroyed, or they can join us.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's this Saturday. You've got to be here. We'll be right here in this very building. It will be Dysfunction versus the Gateway Saints and Gary Jackson, 6-man elimination tag. And will they join them? Be there Saturday, folks. I guess we'll find out. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've got to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with this week's Promoters Corner.
Let's do this. You wanted more, so we're bringing you Fan Fest 4. JBL, Mickey James, Carlito, Baku, Dan Sever, Robert Gibson, Carrie and Ricky Morton, Glow Girl Sonny, Bobby Fulton, Eddie Long and Mac Davis, the Brooklyn Brawler, Johnny Ross, Doyce the Clown, Demolition, D-Lo Brown, Buff Bagwell, Harvey Whippleman, Paul Ellering, the Powers of Pain, Wildfire, Tommy Rich, Cowboy Bob Orton, and more. May 8th and 9th, Fairview Heights, Illinois, at the Radisson Hotel and Conference Center. SICW Fan Fest 4. Plus, the St. Louis Wrestling Hall of Fame. Weekend includes Mick Foley's one-man show and the Bruiser Brody Memorial. SICW.org.
Well, welcome, wrestling fans, to this week's edition of the Promoters Corner. And as you can see, we have action already playing. I wanted to bring you this match from the Shriners Temple in East St. Louis, Illinois, a few weeks ago. I wanted to bring it to you because it's such an important match, and two very young competitors here have been wanting to go against one another for many years. I'm talking about a member of Dysfunction, Chris Exodus, scoring off against the popular Billy McNeil. And the reason why I wanted to bring it to you this Sunday night on the Promoters Corner is because these two young men really tore it up. And I mean, they fought back and forth, and you're going to see that right here. And this was our return to the Shriners Temple in East St. Louis, Illinois, for the great organization of the Shriners, who does tremendous work throughout the region. And there you see Chris Exodus taking Billy McNeil down with that leg. But no, Billy comes back up and gets him with that around his waist. And like I said, both of these young men are high flyers. Ooh, a nice kept up by Chris Exodus. Chris Exodus, a member of the team of Dysfunction. For those of you who have been following us know that the team of Dysfunction kind of invaded the Swansea Firehouse back in November of last year. And since then, they had been making their presence known at different shows that SICW has been doing, to the point where they showed up at a TV taping one show. And with the support of my locker room, people saying, hey, if they want to be a part, if they want to come in here and think that they can run roughshod over us, let's make them. So they signed an agreement. Chris Exodus, the leader, Brandon Espinosa, and Kyle Roberts three of the members of that dysfunctional team. Of course, Brandon Espinosa being the leader. We're still not sure what their mission is. It's kind of an unorthodox mission, if you ask me. But there you see Chris Exodus with a side headlock, stand-up headlock on Billy McNeil. Referee Nick Rednar was really having to keep his eyes open on this one because the action as it progressed on became fast and furious. Oh, a nice hip toss takeover by Billy McNeil. And we can't thank the Shriners enough for having us back once again this year. In fact, they've already booked us for April 3rd of 2027. Put that on your next year calendar when we'll be back at that beautiful Ionine Shriners Temple in East St. Louis, Illinois, 609 St. Louis Avenue. I was born right down the street from there in the Gomper Housing Projects next to the Social Center where wrestling was for many, many years back in the 60s. And it was a weekly program there at the Social Center in East St. Louis. And here we are in 2026 at the Shriners right down the road from there. You see Chris Exodus using that forearm, making strikes into the rib cage of Billy McNeil. Now a reverse armbar on Billy McNeil. Billy McNeil, a veteran of that squared circle. And now a nice reversal on Chris Exodus. And this crowd was definitely in tune to this match. They knew that these two young men were really going to mix it up. Billy switches it up. Now he has the standing headlock. And he takes Billy over into the corner. And charges in, and Billy meets him with that reverse elbow smash, and now takes him in and delivers that hit to that top turnbuckle. Oh, a big right forearm by Billy McNeil. Now over to the other turnbuckle. Billy using those forearms. Oh, a third time. Well, he's going to make it a round robin right here, all the way four corners. And, man, there you saw Exodus just, that impact knocked him backwards, a count of two. But he kicks out. This young man, I've watched his career over the last several years, and he is out touring the countryside. In fact, the entire team of Dysfunction, for whatever reason, promotions are having them come in. And like I said, I've talked to other promoters, and their thoughts have been the same as mine. I'm not quite sure what their mission is. They keep saying, join us, and I guess they're trying to build them a force that can come in and take over these organizations, and that's what they've been trying to do at SICW since they've came in. But that's why I wanted to bring this match to you here on the Promoter's Corner. To show you, if you weren't at the Shriners Temple, the not only this match, but each match that we had on the card that day, what you were missing. And speaking of that, March the 7th, we returned to the East Rondelet Community Center. Yeah, we've been gone from there. Been up at the Belle Claire Fairgrounds, but due to more construction going on there, we're returning to the Community Center at 823 State Street in East Rondelet, Illinois, March the 7th. Doors open 6 p.m. Bell time will be at 7. And already signed for that night is a couple of matches. A big 6-man tag elimination match. You can go to SICW.org and see all the information on that, as well as all the information for the SICW fan. Oh, we look at Billy McNeil and come slides. But Chris Exodus slid out of the way, and now he begins the attack on the outside. Both men outside the ring. Ooh, Chris Exodus getting fired up. Ooh, look at that big kick to the side of the head from Billy. Now leans him up against that iron post. He swings, and Exodus ducks out of the way. Billy hitting that iron post with his arm, and now it's Exodus comes sliding in underneath that bottom rope. He doesn't miss. He lands his feet right on Billy McNeil. Referee begins the count on both men. Big uppercut delivered by Chris Exodus. Don't let the size of Chris Exodus fool you. One of my great friends in the business, Little Dynamite Tony Costa, was a small man, but we used to say, Dynamite came in small packages, and that's the same way with Chris Exodus here. He may be on the smaller side, but I'm telling you, what he lacks in size, he makes up in his speed and the ability to know his way. Ooh, stamps on that outstretched arm of McNeil. Both men on their knees. Back and forth, this just went. I mean, it was advantage to disadvantage and back and forth. And there you see him just raking the back of McNeil. Slow, methodically. He's done his work on Billy McNeil, I can tell you. He's not rushing anything. Now, big right forearms. Oh, and a kick to McNeil there, and he knocks him out of the corner. Billy is on the canvas. And now, once again, he's working on that arm. And now, this is what he does. I've seen him do this before. He grabs a hand and just snaps those fingers. I mean, look at him, just excruciating pain. You can actually see the pain on Billy's face as he works on that arm. And now he comes off of the rope, charges in, and big knee finds McNeil as he's leaning over that middle rope. And now Chris grabs his legs, and this could be a cover, kind of 1, 2. But no, Billy reverses that, a 2 count, and back and forth they go. A big super kick. And that's what I mean, fans. Look at them. They are both, they're pulling out all stops here in this match at their Shriners Temple. Now, Billy, another big right forearm. He whips him off the rope, picks him up, catches him in the air. Now, what's he going to do with him? Walks around and, but look, just that quick. I mean, that's what Chris Exodus is known for. He can reverse that and put you in that arm hold. And look at the crowd, those young men sitting over there beating on the table. They're cheering on for Billy. Billy was a popular one in this match. But I believe after this one got over with, Billy reversed that over, and the shoulders of Chris Exodus was down, but only a 1 count. Both of these men at this time were thinking, what do I got to do to keep him down? Billy walks in. But out of the corner comes Exodus with that big boot. Goes right back to the arm, and that's what I mean. You can tell these men, both of them, they know their way around. He's working on that arm, weakening it up, because he knows if he gets the right moment, he is going to cinch that hold on that he has won so many matches with. I think up to this point, look at him. He just takes and slams it right on that table, and those young men sitting there, you talk about up and close and personal to all the red-hot action here at SICW. Chris Exodus now walking around this side of the ring, arms up in the air. He is sensing victory right now. But there's one thing. If he done his research on Billy McNeil, he would know that you can never count him out. He goes over, kicks him, jumps in and breaks that count up. Referee will have to start it all over. Now he's got Billy stretched over that ring apron. What's he going to do with him here? Continues to work on his arms. Now climbs back up on that ring apron, and then steps on the back of his neck and head and kicks that arm. He is determined to create damage to those arms, which is a good. Now he goes over to Dr. Drew right there at ringside. I don't know what he's doing. He's right face to face with Dr. Drew Abbenhaus, our voice of St. Louis wrestling and ring announcer. I'll have to ask Drew what he said there. I must have missed that the day of the show. But right now, Billy McNeil comes in from outside. Big splash, count of 1, 2, but no, it's Exodus that manages to kick out. And just that quick, fans, you've seen how Billy recovered, and that's what I said. If Chris has done his homework, if he's done his research, you're never going to count Billy out. But, drops the chin down on his head. That staggers Billy back into the corner. Fans, don't forget Saturday, March the 7th, East Carondelet Community Center, 823 State Street. Doors open 6 p.m. Bell time will be at 7. Oh, man. Now he charges in. Exodus gets out of the way. Ooh, that big right arm by Billy. Knocks him down. Oh, a reverse elbow knocks him back down to the canvas. But Chris Exodus bounces right back up. He stops him. Oh, he misses that kick. Billy saying, no, you got to get up a little quicker than that. But now Billy lands a kick on Chris Exodus. He's down. Now he's got to cover him. This could have been it. 1, 2, and no. Chris manages to get that shoulder up. The time was ticking away in this match. The crowd could sense it. Now Billy trying to get Exodus up. Tosses him into the corner, and Exodus just slumps down. I believe he was out on his feet. These minutes been non-stop since the start of that bell. Now, Billy putting him up on that top rope. Drapes his legs over it. I remember at this time I'm thinking, uh-oh, what's he going to do now? Anytime you get up on these ropes, these high-risk maneuvers, you always have to wonder what the next move is. But now he's hooking him. He got him up. What's he going to do? Putting him up on his... Picking him up. Look at this. This was just... he slides down Billy's back and just tosses him backwards. Billy striking his head. Now Chris rolls him over, kind of 1, 2. But no, Billy gets that left shoulder up. I mean, you could just feel the crowd that afternoon. This was a 2 o'clock afternoon show, a matinee show at that Shriners Temple. And now you see Chris Exodus going back out, climbing up to that top rope. Billy laying on the canvas, and Exodus comes off, and finds his mark. And this, I thought, was it. But look at Billy, rolls him over, and now Exodus kicks out of that. It was back and forth, and now Chris goes right back to that arm. He's trying to cinch it in. He's trying to get he's got this. Chris has won many matches with this, and way he's been working on that arm. I don't know how much of this Billy could take. I thought he was going to be tapping out, but the referee, his shoulders were down. Referee Nick Rednar counting on Billy McNeil. But you can see he keeps rolling over, and Chris trying to keep his arm down. But back and forth. Time was quickly running out in this match. Both men trying to score. Billy rolls him up, count of 1, 2, 3, and just that quick. Billy McNeil reversed it, and he got the win, and it was down to the second. Ring announcer Drew Abbenhaus was counting down from 10, and when it got to 1, that was the 3 count, and Billy just barely scored a victory, fans. Thank you for tuning in to the Promoter's Corner here, and we got more action coming your way. Fans, due to the outcome of this match, these two men will have a rematch on Saturday, March 14th over at 4801 Maryville Road in Granite City, Illinois for IEW Promotions.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was this week's Promoter's Corner. Before our next matchup, we have to go to this week's Nasty Talk with Glenn Williams, and we'll be right back.
All right, well, since I have a big match against Billy McNeil coming up on March 7th at the East Carondelet Community Center, that's right, it's a throwback show. We're going back to the place that I sold out month after month after month. I'm the reason that we even left that building and had to go to the fairgrounds. You're welcome, you idiots. Since I'm facing Billy McNeil, I thought, hell, let's do a few nasty burns on Billy McNeil. So with that, here we go. Billy McNeil, the Irish luchador. Yeah, right, dude. Luchador. Billy McNeil looks like a substitute gym teacher on antidepressants. Ooh, a nasty burn. I've seen more grit in instant mashed potatoes. Ooh, a nasty burn. Billy McNeil kind of looks like the guy who would clap when the airplane lands. Ooh, a nasty burn. FanFest 4 is coming in, and it's coming hot, and it's showing up before you know it. May's right around the corner. And we've already got our first match announced. And honestly, hand to God, I'm a fan of this match. It's going to be a St. Louis legend, Tootie Lynn, versus the absolute spawn, the killer spawn of Khan, Lilith Khan. That match alone is worth the price of admission. Not even to mention all of the legends that we have coming in. And speaking of all the legends we have coming in, everybody who knows anything, and if you haven't been living under a rock, well, you would know that I've been calling out JBL. And every time I do, he's nowhere to be found. JBL can hop on podcasts, he can go to Mexico, he can do all these things, but he just can't seem to pick up his damn phone and press record and say, Big Nasty, I accept your challenge. And I get it, because I would be scared of the double champ too. But, you know, I'm noticing a trend with these legends. They all like to try to catch you off guard, which is what happened to me when I got punched by Buff Bagwell and Robert Gibson of the Rock and Roll Express. They just jumped in on my moment. They want to steal your spotlight, which is what JBL's been going around and doing on the indies for 3 damn years. Taking everybody's moment and making it about them. And wouldn't you know it, some more legends called me out and had something to say, and we talked about it last week. Mac Davis and Teddy Long. They got on their podcast and gave me some soft warnings. Don't poke the bear, which, by the way, you're dumb. That's what I do. And then Teddy Long says, if it happens. Well, let's stop right there. Let's talk about that. If it happens. What he's referring to is that Herb Simmons mentioned, hey, casually said, maybe we make Teddy Long the GM of FanFest 4 that night, huh? Would you fans like that? And of course, these toilet baby, low IQ, knuckle dragging idiot fans were like, oh, heck yeah, Teddy Long. That'd be awesome. And he was literally the worst GM of all time. The worst. Why would we want him to do that? Why would we want Teddy Long to be the GM? Literally, I mean, The Undertaker's not booked. So what's he even going to do? Like, what match is he even going to make? That was like, I know we're going to have a 6-man tag if he's there, that's for sure. Because he would make everything a 6-man tag match. Remember that? He was terrible. And then I responded and I said, hey guys, why don't you have me on your podcast? But wouldn't you know it, just like a legend, they're all talk and then they don't want to back it up. Have me on your podcast. What are you scared of? You said I shouldn't poke the bear. Teddy Long said I'd never forget who he is. Oh, trust me, you two are never, ever, ever going to forget the name Big Nasty ever again. And I'm going to make sure the world finds out just who I am. I'm wrestling's biggest kept secret, but St. Louis knows who I am. I'm the king of this city. There's nobody who does this like I do in the world. I am a true one of one. A star. The star of the show. and I seem to be putting fear in everybody. So while the legends are scared and hiding and not responding, life goes on. And there's life right now, and that is March 7th, I have a match against Billy McNeil. Now, I have not been pinned in a very long time. As a matter of fact, since I've had this, I didn't lose to Joe Vanetti, and I didn't lose to Sean Vincent. And, oh, you know what? If my memory serves me correct, and we roll the clock back, I haven't really been pinned a lot, but I know someone who has. Oh, that's right. It's Billy McNeil, and I'm the one who pinned him to beat him for the Tag Team Championships with Super Assassin. That's right, Super Nasty. The Tag Team Champs ended the most boring tag reign of all time with Billy McNeil and Curtis Wylde. And you know, Billy, I'm shocked that you even got this match with me. I don't know whose ass you kissed. I figured you'd still be preoccupied with the Dysfunction guys because they have been destroying you and Curtis Wylde and terrorizing those idiots for about a month and a half now. Chris Exodus, man, has got your number. And I guess we're going to see those two at IEW soon. Can't wait. Maybe I'll pull up there too. Who knows? But what I know is that I am the creator of chaos. I am the moment maker, the risk taker, mentally sick and physically thick, and I am the champ, the Central States champion. And there's not a soul alive who can beat me, and Billy, you know damn well you can't beat me because every time you're in the ring with me, I knock your teeth out. Literally, dude. I've knocked you out. I've shaved your head. I've taken the tag team titles from you. Billy, you're not gonna take this from me. So ladies and gentlemen, mark your calendars. Get the tickets now. East Crondelet. I'm kicking the doors off. I'm blowing the roof off. And I'm stealing the damn show. Because my name is Big Nasty. And everywhere I go, I'm the star of the show.
Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for your next matchup set for one fall with a 10-minute time limit. Introducing first from Wylde, California, 275 pounds, Devlin Deville. His opponent, accompanied to the ring by Brandon Espinosa from Three Brothers, Arkansas, 185 pounds, representing Dysfunction. This is Chris Exodus. Oh, man, that's a very confident Chris Exodus talking some smack.
Well, the thing about a Chris Exodus, a man who has scratched his way from the lowest point of anything up to where he's at now, making a name for himself. He can back up what he's saying.
He absolutely can. He has been impressing.
Uh-oh, look at this.
Chris Exodus, lights, name on the marquee in my next motion picture. I think you are the pretty boy. You are the sex appeal. You are the twisted still. I think it would look great. What about you?
Okay. Devlin Deville. Dysfunction has been trying to get people to join. Yeah. Dysfunction has been telling folks to join us. Devlin Deville was just trying to get Chris Exodus to join him
in his next movie.
In Hollyweird. Oh, my goodness.
I don't know if I'd want to go take a look at that movie.
Chris Exodus. Oh, my goodness. Chris Exodus. Oh, man. Chris Exodus a little too cocky. Ran right into two right hands from Devlin Deville.
But look at this. I mean, as quick as they knock him down, he's back up.
Absolutely.
Uh-oh.
Whoa, went for a clothesline there, but Exodus ducked it. keeping that attack on the upper arm and the shoulder of Devlin. Deville driving, I was going to think a knee, but more of a body splash onto the shoulder of Deville. Oh,
He was
man.
gonna rip his shoulder.
Oh, look at that. That's a sort of a modified arm ringer, arm lock there using the leg. And
Oh, look at the
breaking the other arm. Chris Exodus, very unique offense here.
And look at the determination on Chris
Oh,
Exodus. Oh, look at that.
Oh, man. Just almost cracking, possibly breaking the fingers of Devlin Deville.
And look at Brandon Espinosa just standing out there nonchalant.
I think he approves, but it's hard to tell with that look on his face. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a little bit of a sneak preview of what you will see this Saturday night, March the 7th. Oh, man.
Right.
Devlin, Exodus, look at that. Running almost like a baseball slide. Devlin Deville laid out in the chairs right amongst the studio audience here in East Carondelet at our TV studios.
This young man is fired up.
Both of these wrestlers bringing an aura of unpredictability here.
Wow.
Devlin Deville, I think, is used to using his flamboyant behavior to keep his opponents on the defensive, but Chris Exodus, he's not playing. He's ready for this weekend. Gateway Saints and Gary Jackson have to be very careful. Oh,
Wow.
was that for me or for you?
I
I
have
think
no
he was talking
idea.
to you.
But I'm going to tell you, fans, you've got to be here at the East Carondelet Community Building next Saturday
Oh, my
night.
God. Absolute offensive barrage from Chris Exodus.
And what was it that, hold on a minute. Oh, look at this.
Whips him into the ropes. There you go. Deville using that size advantage. Clothesline, back elbow. Has Exodus staggered. There you go. Rating blows to Chris Exodus. Lights, camera, action, and he just smacks him upside the head as an exclamation point.
Man, oh, man. Yeah, reach out and call somebody and tell them to come next Saturday right here to the East Carondelet Community Center.
Oh, he was going
look
for
at
a choke slam. I think Exodus snatches up that arm bar. He is wrenching on the elbow. Deville submits Chris Exodus like a pit bull on attack to Devlin Deville. He's got to break the hold. Yeah, I was going to say Nick Ridenauer would have reversed the decision, but Chris Exodus smartly knew when to release the hold. Brandon Espinosa standing over his protege very proudly. Ladies and gentlemen, if this version of Dysfunction shows up this Saturday, the Gateway Saints and Gary Jackson are in big trouble.
Man, I'm
Espinosa raising the arm of Chris Exodus, who is victorious today via submission on All-Star Wrestling. Whew. Ladies and gentlemen, Exodus says you have two choices: join us or have your shoulder ripped out, and that's what we just saw. Well, folks, now it's time to grab a few words from the people, or one of the gentlemen on the other side of the elimination tag team match. I am going to catch up with Jayson Breed right now. Ladies and gentlemen, you just saw Dysfunction, and Chris Exodus almost ripped the arm off of his opponent there, Jayson. This Saturday night, March the 7th, right here inside these very walls, you are going to be on the other side of a six-man elimination tag team match. It will be yourself and your partner, Sean Vincent, and the Night Train, Gary Jackson, taking on Dysfunction in full force. Brandon Espinosa, Kyle Roberts, and Chris Exodus, elimination tag team match. Stakes are high this Saturday. First of all, we saw Sean Vincent taken out recently at the hands of Devastation Incorporated and Madman Pondo. Will Sean Vincent be ready and medically cleared for that tag team match this Saturday?
Absolutely, Sean Vincent will be here. He will be back, and he will be at full strength, and we are going to handle Dysfunction, and then we are getting back to Attila and Pondo. Because I'm not done with Attila and Pondo. I have a problem with you guys, a personal problem. When you hurt my partner, I need you to realize that I kept getting up. No matter how many times you put me down, I am going to get back up. Whether it be a baseball bat, whether it be a kendo stick, whether it be a chainsaw blade, I am going to get back up because we are not done. We will fight every time I see you until I feel that I have got back what you've taken from me. And I'm looking forward to our next chance. Now, let's talk about dysfunction. I've been doing this for quite a while, and I've been watching SB for quite a while. And I know what type of mind he has, and I've seen the things that he's been able to pull off. I've seen the way he has manipulated and he has turned people against each other, and he's always come out on top. And I cannot tell you how disturbing that is to me. I have watched him, and I'm watching you now. Whatever he's told Exodus and these guys that he has following him, I am at a loss because they're doing way more than wrestling. He has a control on them. He's playing checkers with these kids' brains, and I'm almost at the end of my limit with him, so I will definitely be looking forward to squaring off with him. I've seen you do plenty of stuff over this industry. I've seen your success. I've seen your rise. But you're here in SICW now. What you've done outside of here doesn't impress me. What you do in SICW is my issue, and now you are my issue.
All right, well, that issue will come to a head this Saturday night, 6-man elimination tag team match. Ladies and gentlemen, we got to take our final commercial break, and we will be right back with this week's TV main event. Jayson, good luck this Saturday. Thank you for joining me, sir. I appreciate you.
Hey everybody, What Were They Thinking is proud to be a part of the show with Herb Simmons at SICW.
Show some enthusiasm, Joe. Put on a damn bow tie. We got Herb Simmons. We got the Kill Arena. We got St. Louis, where Mr. Brisco is in the Hall of Fame. What Were They Thinking? It's available on Backstage Pass. Sports Kita's our buddies. We talk about the wildest, the craziest, the dumbest, the insane moments in wrestling history that I'm proud to be a part of because, Mr. Brisco, you're the one that hired me.
And I don't know what I was thinking when I did that, John.
That's not nice. Not nice at all. We love Herb Simmons, and Herb Simmons, you have been there forever. Mr. Brisco thinks you might be 1,000. I don't think you're a day over 900. We love St. Louis. What were they thinking, Backstage Pass?
Wrestling fans, we are back, and it is time for your TV main event set for one fall with TV time remaining. Introducing first at a combined 503 pounds. First, one half of the tag team champions from parts unknown, the Super Assassin. His tag team partner is from Cleveland, Ohio. He is the reigning SICW Classic Wrestling Champion, Strictly Business, Brandon Barretta. Their opponents at a combined 447 pounds, accompanied to the ring by Wildfire. First from the Wylde side, Volatile Curtis Wylde. His tag team partner is from Springfield, Billy McNeil. Your referee is Freddie Jack, a newcomer referee here who's been doing a fine job on All-Star Wrestling. This should be a good one. This is the first time team-up we've seen here with the Super Assassin and Brandon Barretta. You have to wonder if Big Nasty Glenn Williams has arranged for this team here, if he's given Super Assassin any pointers. Of course, Glenn Williams knows Brandon Barretta very well. So even though this is a first-time team-up, you would think that there's some sort of continuity between the two. We shall see. On the other side, we know that team has tag team cohesiveness. They were the former 430-something day tag team champions, Billy McNeil, Curtis Wylde. But look at that. Brandon Barretta's been using these waist lock takedowns very successfully all across the country to get things going in his behalf, in his favor.
Well, he's asking Billy McNeil in there already, are you blowed up yet? Are you still breathing? Yeah, that's a crazy question to ask to Billy McNeil, I can tell you. Oh, nice arm drag by Billy. And another one.
Absolutely right. Billy McNeil using that unpredictability, using a rather eccentric offense to keep our classic champion on the defensive.
Well, Drew, and I got to tell you, the last several episodes, it's just been overwhelming, and I know I've been getting calls from fans and text messages just thanking us for what the action is we're bringing them. But I'll tell you, this studio audience is just great.
They're great, and not just fans thanking you. I'm thanking you as the commentator here. This has been fantastic action. I've been on the edge of my seat. I'm almost out of breath every episode here. We had an AIWF World Heavyweight Championship match. We have here a fantastic tag team match. We've had Madman Pondo here in the building.
And an opening match.
In the opening contest, reigning havoc.
So fans, please share, continue to tell your family and friends. SICW every Sunday night on YouTube and Facebook. And then if you get a chance to come March the 7th, that's where we'll be at right here.
Yes, sir. We have to imagine people watching it on YouTube. If you have not, ladies and gentlemen, please like, comment, share, subscribe. Hit that little notification bell so you will get alerted every time there's a brand new episode of All-Star Wrestling.
And look at this teamwork by Billy McNeil and Curtis Wylde. That's why they held those tag team champions for well over 400 days.
Yes, sir. And we will give a shout out to all of the fans in our live chat. Hopefully you've been enjoying all these last few weeks of All-Star Wrestling. Herb, I can't let you even come close to thinking about retiring or giving it up. SICW just keeps getting better and better every week as we're on the road to FanFest 4.
And we haven't even had time to talk a whole bunch about that, but that's May 8th and 9th at the Radisson Hotel and Conference Center. Oh, Billy
double
McNeil.
Stomp to the left arm of our champion.
And so, fans, just stay tuned. Follow me on Facebook. Follow us here at SICW because SICW FanFest 4 is on the road. It's going. All kinds of legends coming.
When this episode is done, ladies and gentlemen, hop on over to SICW.org. Check out our ticket packages. Check out the hotel packages at the Radisson and Fairview Heights. We've got a special FanFest 4 t-shirt that is available now on the website, so check it out.
Oh, Brandon Barretta.
Rolling up Billy McNeil, but Billy got out of there. Freddie Jack, the ref, showing that it was just a one count, I believe. Yeah, Billy McNeil holding on to that top rope. Nails Barretta with a back elbow. Barretta staggering. Whipping that leg to the outside. Billy's, equilibrium and his balance was off. He was turned around. Brandon nailed him with a clothesline to the back. And got a cheap shot in against Curtis Wylde at the same time. Brandon Barretta using some of those tricks like maybe he learned from Cowboy Bob Orton. Cowboy Bob used to be a tricky son of a gun. He still is in his own right. But Brandon Barretta learned from his mentor very well, and Brandon gets better and better every time we see him. Brandon, when he's not here in East Carondelet or Belleville, Illinois, he's traveling the country. He's learning every time he goes out. So every time we see Brandon Barretta, he comes with a few new tricks. He's a little extra crafty. We don't like the person he's turned into, but you have to be somewhat proud of, what Brandon's taken. He's representing SICW. I don't want to say proudly, but he's successful. So,
well, he won that title regardless of the way he is our champion, and he's going to come up against that force one day that is going to knock that cockiness out of him, I can tell you.
And you have to think that Bobby D will get a rematch eventually. Brandon Barretta has been putting up stipulations and has been putting a lot of roadblocks in the way of Bobby D.
Yeah, he's been communicating. We've been exchanging emails, and, he wants this, he wants that. But
he thinks he's a superstar.
Well, he thinks he runs the company, and he's our champion. But and there is some stipulations that he has to live up to.
Super Assassin just dropping that 280 pounds across the back of Billy McNeil. Billy's been in the ring for the majority of this contest, taking quite a bit of damage. He's got to get out of there and make the tag. Curtis Wylde, you would think, has a little more energy stored up at the moment, so Billy has to do what he can to get to his corner of the ring and tag in the volatile one.
Well, you know, when you look at the size of this Super Assassin, you know, whoever that is underneath that hood is making a name for himself all over the Midwest.
Billy reversing the momentum, slamming the Super Assassin into the corner. Oh, no, almost to no effect as Super Assassin came back out stomping, but Billy McNeil firing back. If there's one thing that Billy McNeil is not in any shortage of, it is fire. It is intestinal fortitude, as they say, guts, as some might call it.
Well, referee doing a great job of trying to restrain the order here. But now look in the corner, the Super Assassin just choking Billy McNeil.
And I want to give a very quick shout out to somebody who's been visiting us here in SICW recently, and that is the Human Wrecking Ball, Pete Madden, who we have to thank. Pete Madden responsible for our new opening musical track in the intro of All-Star Wrestling. So shout out to Mr. Pete Madden. We appreciate you, sir.
Yes, the Human Wrecking Ball, he knows he's always got a home here at SICW.
He challenged Attila Khan for the Classic Championship right here in this building in what I think was Pete Madden's final match ever.
Yes, it was. And now it looks like Brandon Barretta and the Super Assassin is having a little... And that just goes to show you, Brandon, he was upset about having to be in tag matches.
There's that word you like to use that is the downfall of a lot of people, and that is ego. Ego. Oh, man, Billy McNeil getting out of the way. Brandon Barretta was almost offended a few weeks ago that he had to compete for the opportunity against Eric Draven, the AIWF champion.
Oh, caught Billy with that big knee coming out of the corner.
Picks him up, slams him face first to the mat, goes for the cover. Oh, little bit cocky there. He was showing off to Curtis Wylde. Brandon thought he had the three easily under control there, but Billy McNeil, he's got heart for days. Brandon Barretta snatching up that front face lock into a gator roll, adding a little bit of insult to injury, some salt in the wounds here. Brandon Barretta has been mastering the fundamentals of professional wrestling. Waist lock takedowns, front face locks.
Uh-oh, what's now going on? Super Assassin.
Little bit of disagreement between the champion and the tag champion. Curtis Wylde tagged in. The disagreement on the other side of the ring allowed Billy McNeil to make the tag.
Curtis Wylde going after Brandon, who jumps down off that ring apron, but from behind.
Right.
Oh.
Super Assassin on the receiving end of the fists of fury from Curtis Wylde. Look at Brandon, almost a look of disdain there. He needs to get up on the apron to possibly get a tag from the Super Assassin. Brandon needs to help the Super Assassin. He's almost ignoring his partner here.
Super Assassin.
Wylde ducks the clothesline. Curtis Wylde, Billy's on top. Drop kick into a stunner as Brandon walks away. Curtis Wylde picks up the 3 on the Super Assassin as Brandon Barretta abandoned his tag team partner. Talking about an ego.
Walked out of the studio. Oh, man. Oh, wait a minute. Dysfunction.
Look at this. It's Dysfunction. Jumping Billy McNeil. Taking it to Curtis Wylde. Chris Exodus with a boot to the face. Wildfire has to stay clear.
Billy McNeil and Chris Exodus.
Dysfunction just jumping Curtis Wylde and Billy McNeil, but here's Jayson Breed chasing off Dysfunction. Ladies and gentlemen, this Saturday, right here in the East Carondelet Community Center, it'll be the Night Train Gary Jackson and Sean Vincent and Jayson Breed taking on Dysfunction, the duo of Kyle Roberts, Chris Exodus, Brandon Espinosa, who are hightailing it out of the back door. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all the time we have now. Please join us this Saturday, March the 7th, right here in the East Carondelet Community Center. Go to SICW.org for tickets. There you go. They are victorious. Our Curtis Wylde and Billy McNeil standing tall with Jayson Breed. That's all for today, folks. For Destiny Lynch, for Herb Simmons, I'm Drew Abbenhaus. Hopefully we see you this Saturday, and we will see you again right here next Sunday for a brand new episode of SICW All-Star Wrestling. Have a great night, everybody.